The World 5 S ranks are really probably the most straightforward of all of the S ranks. There's me basking in the glory a little preemptively. Mostly because all of the levels in World 5, there's really not a lot you can do to actually skip them. All you can do is just optimize the hell out of them. In Clans War 2, your best friend is the Missile Cat. The Missile Cats clear the path of everything on the way to each of the walkers, so you're not getting slightly caught up on each of the plances like I was there. And they also kill the walkers just a little bit faster than throwing them does. Of course, you have to get incredibly lucky to get enough Missile Cats to actually take on each of the walkers that way. And I mean ridiculously lucky. The odds of getting a Missile Cat in every single section are so small that I can't imagine seeing it. It's probably never going to even happen. You'll never see it. And there's the fourth Missile Cat. The S-rank time is 1 minute 28 seconds, and each Missile Cat saves about, I want to say, maybe a third of a second, half a second. You really need at least one to actually get under the S-rank time. The S-rank for counter-attack is 28 seconds. I have the record of 27:10, and technically I have the record tied with a couple of other people at 27:17, because that's the fastest I have it in recorded form. It's really hard to actually speed this level up. Because the bombs and laser come out at sort of set intervals, it's practically an auto-scroller. Frankly, I have no idea how you can optimize this level. I don't know where you actually save time. Which you'd think I would, considering I have the record. In fact, now I have the record by a decent chunk of time. I completely lost my mind at this point, because after days of trying to get a low enough time that I was actually able to tie the record and then eventually beat it, I now just pulled this out of nowhere, a 27 flat. No one else is able to get under 27:17. It took me ages to get 27:15 and later 27:10, so I immediately stopped what I was doing to go double check, even though I already knew that I had beaten my time. Double check the leaderboards and then end the recording so I could immediately upload it to show the other people who speedrun this game. Once I had gotten over that somewhat, and my hands were still shaking a little bit, I remembered that I should probably do the rest of these, and figured that this was probably some sort of good omen. Don't know why I thought that. Like I mentioned in the main video, since this level is actually an auto-scroller, the S-rank is frame perfect. It's 1 minute 4 seconds and 55 hundredths of a second, or 54 hundredths of a second. The timer can't end in a 4, and 104.55 is too slow. Pretty much the entire level comes down to just getting incredibly lucky right at the end with the star grab. It's also impossible to know if you've even gotten it until you actually see the time. Woohoo! World record! Again. Sort of. Mirko is kind of RNG. He's still technically RNG, but he's very predictable, and the pattern that you need to follow is simple enough that it's fairly consistent. All you have to do is get rid of his shield, take his lance from him, and throw the lance down to the ground next to him. When it spins, it hits him twice, and with 6 hits, he's down. And that's him taken care of. The S rank is 17 seconds. The S rank for Trapped is 1 minute 20 seconds, and this one I actually really like because you actually do manage to skip a certain section of this level. This whole room, you can skip the intended solution. Instead of going through this whole puzzle, you can actually just catch the bomb straight out of the air. It's a really tight grab, and if you miss it, then you're either going to get sent into that little box down there, or you have to reset the room, in which case you probably missed the window for the S rank. But it is still possible, and it's incredibly satisfying to pull off. If I ever figure out how you're able to shake this guy down at the start of his swing, that would speed this room up. Otherwise, you just have to be not jumping the gun on the pulls, because if you pull him down too early, he'll just land on his feet. I always felt like the time for the S rank was a little bit too high, considering how quickly you can actually beat it. Although I'm pretty sure I've actually managed to get the S rank, including doing the puzzle, the intended solution. But I might be wrong about that. I might not remember. In Phoenix Gamma, the whole fight is pretty much not letting Mirko actually do what he wants. If you can stop him from actually getting to do most of his attacks. You can grab both of his things away from him before he gets to attack you. You can very quickly grab the head and pull it down, even though the window is ridiculously tight to grab it. Again, like in a couple of things, if you mash both the D-pad and the C buttons when you're pulling the head down, it pulls it a lot quicker. Take some damage from the machine gun bullets because it doesn't waste any time, and then just grab the first missile. I used to have the toughest time getting those missiles because I actually moved around rather than waiting in the corner like a smart person would do. So the S rank is 55 seconds for that one. The S rank for, what is this level? Inner Struggle? It's 1 minute 15 seconds. The only way you can speed it up is by, again, mashing both the D-pad and the C button to shake these balloons, which turns them into the correct word almost instantly. Tricky thing about doing this in Japanese, I can't read Japanese, and so I have to be careful to not accidentally grab the word balloon that will give me life. Voice acting is so stupid. You can pretty much take one hit from those energy bolts in the level, as I did. If you take more than one, you're pretty much locked out of getting the S rank. It's a pretty tight window, as most of the S ranks in this world. Oh yeah, so I've been skipping all of the end boss cutscenes, so you've never heard this particular voice clip before. Listen to this. That's not any better than the English version. And then the final battle is 1 minute 26 seconds. Again, I think that's incredibly high considering how fast you can beat it. And all I can assume is that that time is expecting you to go through the level in such a fashion that the robot actually fires the chest laser at some point. But it is possible to beat the robot without him firing the chest laser at all. If you do 2 slams against the ground and then let him go, then do 3, 3, then do 3 and throw. It sets him up to do enough damage that he won't... it just manipulates the cycles. I don't know why I'm talking about that more than I need to. The diagonal throws are just a little bit faster than throwing them upwards as well, and you want to meet the fist in the air. That's pure chance. Like I said in the main video, I seem to get good luck just constantly going a little bit to the right and immediately firing. And that's him dead. And because I was feeling pretty confident about that, I didn't bother taking damage. And with no real plans on how I was going to finish this off, that's all of the all the World 5 S ranks and all of the S ranks for Mischief Makers in general. They are probably one of the most satisfying challenges I've had in video games to date, and I'm really glad to have actually kind of learned the minutiae of the movement through the game, because it never fails to be fun to play the game. So thanks for watching everyone, and, well, until the next LP.